What he's doing is, I mean, kind of cool. If he can continue to steal money and they match him the way they match him, I can't knock his hustle. So if they can match him the way how they've been matching him, more power.
Jake Paul just got attacked by Andrew Tate after turning down a $3 million fight offer. And honestly, it's hard to blame Tate for going in. Jake claimed the fight wasn't worth the hype and that he had better opportunities. Sure, because picking fights with people way past their prime is definitely a strategy for greatness, right? But do you think the king of controversy will hold back? Tate called Jake out for being all talk and no action, accusing him of being too scared to lose. Tate's response was dripping with the kind of bravado he's known for, stating, "If you want to send a contract, send one to me. I'll take a break from living my retired life to kick the living hell out of you." He made it clear that this wasn't just about cashing in, it was about proving who's the real alpha. And right now it looks like Jake is more about protecting that precious undefeated record than actually fighting someone who might give him a challenge.
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter, a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
If you want to fight Jake Paul and Andrew Tate, two walking controversies with boxing gloves, you're looking at a drama so juicy that it's a reality show waiting to happen. Jake, the problem child, who somehow made a career out of punching people and credibility in the face, recently swerved a $3 million fight offer from Andrew Tate. Yes, you read that right, he turned down $3 million. And unsurprisingly, the internet is now in flames.
For what he's doing, as long as they keep getting YouTubers and keep putting them in there with MMA guys, that's kind of over the hill, he's gonna continue to.
So why did Jake back out? According to him, the fight isn't big enough. He said there's no hype and claimed he has better opportunities. Sounds smart, right? Not to his critics, they think it's just another excuse. Jake's career is built on fights with older, retired stars. Big names, sure, but none of them are in their prime. Tate is different. He's younger, skilled, and unpredictable. He's the type of fighter who would turn every press conference into a mental game, a level of chaos Jake hasn't dealt with before. Maybe that's why he's staying far away from the fire.
What, $50 million to bet with you, but I do have $3 million to bet with you. So this is your offer. $3 million. You put 3, I put 3. Winner takes.
Tate's challenge wasn't just about boxing, it was a statement. He framed the fight as more than just a physical contest. It was a chance to settle a score and prove who's really in charge. Andrew Tate did not take kindly to Jake Paul's rejection of his fight offer. In fact, Tate practically went off the rails, using Jake's refusal as a golden opportunity to drag him through the mud. According to Tate, this isn't about money. No, it's about proving who's the real man. Forget the cash, forget the contracts, this is about ego, reputation, and a little thing called manhood. Tate's disappointment was palpable.
Amanda, Katie,
gigantic.
Conor, Jake. That's how Croke Park gets done. Because you need Conor. You need Conor. Conor, Jake.
You gave me chills. But it's
Conor, Jake, Amanda.
He suggested Jake's decision didn't reflect a lack of interest in the fight, but rather a deep-seated fear of actually losing. And of course, Tate didn't just leave it there. No, he had to hit Jake with the ultimate all-talk, no-action burn. Tate called Paul out for being a loudmouth, urging him to man up and settle their differences the old-fashioned way in the ring. As if that wasn't enough, Tate's not shy about offering to teach Jake a lesson in the process.
He's doing is, I mean, kind of cool. If he can continue to steal money and they match him the way they match him, I can't knock his hustle. So if they can match him the way how they've been matching him, more power.
And let's not forget Tate's insistence that this is not just another fight for cash. This is about pride. This is about reputation. Tate's framing it like a gladiator duel where only one man can leave the arena with dignity. Guess which one he thinks will be dragged out by the ankle? The controversy has taken over social media, where fans are split into camps. Some are defending Jake's decision, arguing he's simply being strategic with his career. Others, however, are siding with Tate, accusing Jake of ducking a real challenge.
Jake fought a guy who was his age and was also considered a boxer, and he lost. So if you can keep fighting 50-something-year-old.
The phrase ducking Tate is trending, and the debate shows no signs of cooling off. The pattern in Jake's fight history is undeniable. He picks opponents who boost his reputation without posing a real threat. But this time, critics are calling him out. Even Joe Rogan weighed in, questioning Jake's decision to reject Andrew Tate's fight offer. Rogan pointed out that Tate is younger, unpredictable, and a proven fighter. Why avoid him, he asked. This is the test Jake needs if he wants real respect. At 37, Tate isn't just younger than Jake's usual opponents, he also comes with a kickboxing pedigree, boasting a 7-6-9 record. Unlike the past competitors Jake has faced, Tate isn't retired, rusty, or stepping into a sport he's unfamiliar with. While Jake's loyal fan base defends his business acumen and strategic approach, an increasing number of critics are questioning his legitimacy as a boxer. Social media is abuzz with heated debates, with phrases like Jake's circus and ducking Tate trending across platforms.
Strength is that people, for whatever stupid reasons, they underestimate him because of what his background was. And they think there's no way that some guy who became famous off of YouTube.
Meanwhile, Andrew Tate has been weaving his own narrative, framing this drama as part of a much larger battle known as the Top G. Tate is as polarizing as they come, with a persona built on unapologetic masculinity and disdain for societal norms. In a fiery social media post, Tate said Jake Paul is part of the Matrix. He's a puppet who talks big but hides when the real challenge comes. But here's where the irony kicks in. For all of Tate's talk about rejecting the system, some critics argue that he's inadvertently feeding into Jake's hype machine by making such a public spectacle of the rejection. Tate might be giving Jake exactly what he wants: attention. Jake thrives on controversy. It's the fuel that keeps his brand burning. In rejecting Tate, Jake may have found a way to create buzz without even stepping into the ring. After all, the headlines aren't about Tate's kickboxing record, they're about Jake's choice to walk away. And that brings us to the hypothetical question: what would happen if Jake Paul and Andrew Tate actually squared up in the ring? This fight would have more at stake than just punches. It's a clash of egos, reputations, and quite possibly some fragile internet masculinity.
Is he someone you're interested in, or no?
Well, you know, if you go back, you got to do your homework, look on the internet. I think he was doing a sit down on a podcast one time, and he talked about it. He said, I don't want to do an exhibition against Floyd Mayweather.
Andrew Tate is no joke in the kickboxing world. With a record of 76 wins and only 9 losses, this guy has been in more fights than most of us have had bad haircuts. But Tate's experience is in kickboxing, a sport where you can throw hands and feet. Boxing, however, is a different beast. No spinning kicks, no knees to the ribs, just fists. It's like asking a chef to bake a cake with no eggs. Sure, they've got skills, but it's not the same recipe. On the other side, we've got Jake Paul, the self-proclaimed boxer who's been laser-focused on boxing for years. Jake's been training, sparring, and knocking out opponents who haven't exactly been in their prime. So if these two step into a boxing ring, the question is, does Tate's raw fight experience translate, or does Jake's sport-specific focus give him the upper hand? Talk about Jake Paul, and you'll hear a mix of opinions. Some see him as a kid out there doing his thing, trying to make some money, and building a brand. Others view him as a disruptor, someone who turned boxing into a YouTube stunt show. While it would be an absolute circus, the fight between Jake and Tate could mean more for boxing than meets the eye. On one hand, it could legitimize the celebrity boxing craze. Two controversial figures, two massive fan bases. It's the kind of crossover appeal traditional boxing rarely sees. Which brings us to the bigger picture: what do fans really want? For the traditionalists, it's not just about the fight. It's about honor, legacy, and respect. For them, Jake Paul is a walking insult, a guy who turned boxing into a spectacle.
Your decision making, when most boxers, we don't follow their career at this point.
Yeah, I'm blessed to be in the position I am, to be highly criticized. That just means I'm doing something right. And no one has had a boxing career like mine. It'll be studied and judged, but I've risen to the top in 4 years because I've taken risks. I was the underdog all the way up until Nate Robinson, and that's something that people don't remember, don't give any credit to, but I put it on the line against some of the best in the sport.
They're screaming, where's the real competition? But then there's the other side, the entertainment junkies. These fans don't care about WBC belts or pound-for-pound rankings. They want drama, trash talk, and knockout punches they can clip for TikTok. For them, Jake Paul is a genius, a guy who turned a niche sport into mainstream entertainment. It's like watching WWE, but with real punches.
Thoughts on this Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight?
Oh, geez, I don't. It's a bit strange. You know, is my interest? The interest is a low one. I don't know. I don't understand.
So here we are, with the boxing world feeling like it's at a crossroads. On one side, you've got the purists demanding honor and legacy. On the other, you've got a new wave of fans who are here for the drama and chaos. And right in the middle, Jake Paul is trying to figure out if he can keep everyone happy or if it's time to risk it all against a guy like Tate.
Are you impressed? Does he have boxing ability, or is he just an entertainer who has a lot of fans and can promote a fight and has fought lesser opponents, or is he actually talented?
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine.
And honestly, that's the million-dollar question. Is Jake Paul a strategic mastermind playing the long game to build his empire? Or is he just scared ducking fights that might shatter the carefully curated image he spent years crafting? One thing's for sure, whether they fight or not, this feud has already given us enough drama to fuel a Netflix series.
Paul, it's clear to me you are desperate for a reality check. This is the hardest sport in the world, and people dedicate their lives to this, and most of them never get a payday. It never pays off for the majority of fighters, all of which would f*** you